Okay, while we're out here today, I wanted to hike back and show you a little bit of the video of the park and discuss a few things with you along the way. I'm going to show you some video while discussing some of these things that I wanted to cover today. We're in a state park in East Central Illinois. It's about the first part of August. Wanted to give you an idea of what the terrain looks like right now. We've got rolling hills, quite a few trees, a lot of vegetation coverage. So as far as shelter goes, you'll be able to build a debris hut pretty easily from what you see here in the vegetation. Got a lot of grass, a lot of wood trees to work with in varying sizes. Okay, let's discuss a little bit about water. In this park there's a lot of little ponds, little creeks, and a national scenic river that flows right through it. So water is usually not a problem, even though you have to filter it and or treat it. Travel in this park can be easy, as this wide trail. There's also a lot of smaller, narrow trails. And if you go bushwhacking, then you're on your own. Firewood's not usually a problem. We've got a lot of dead wood down on the ground, and also still above the ground is really dry. Now let's talk about the main discussion point I wanted to go over today, and that's really the reason for this video. And that's because I get a lot of questions when I've taught classes in the past, and people tell me they want to be able to go out into the woods and be able to survive for long term. Now I want to tell you right up front that we've got a lot of vegetation this time of year out here in this park, but it would take you from sun up to sundown to maintain and sustain any food. If you're planning on using wild vegetation, you know, the hunter or the gatherer type mode. And then in off seasons like winter and early spring, you better really have your act together. You're going to work a lot to keep yourself fed. But we do have quite a few things in this area right now. You got blackberries, and they're pretty ripe right now. It's a little late in the season for us. Have some pink clover. Some plantain. Now in this park area, not only do we have thick cover of trees, we have wide open grasslands. And for hunting, you can get quail, pheasant, deer, rabbit. But there seems to be an increase in coyote in this area, so the rabbit is dwindling a little. I'm not sure if you can see that in the far, but there's a couple deer out there now. So we have a wide variety of terrain here. Here's a little bit of our county flower here, poison ivy. Okay, we're going to walk down this edge of this bean field right now, because this is a good line of drift to get to our next location. See if we can spot any more edibles. Well, we run across some purslane here next to this bean field. I probably wouldn't eat this because it's probably been sprayed with some herbicides. And a little lamb's quarter. So in these parks in my county here in East Central Illinois, we've got several thousand acres of river valley that's open to the public. It's one of our little four-legged friends taking a drink from the creek. It's a little creek we have to cross. To get to our destination. We got frogs, minnows. They do have some food value. But again, let me stress that you're going to work sun up to sundown to maintain and sustain life. If you think you're just going to go out here in the wilderness and live off the land. I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying your work is cut out for you. And we're about a half a mile away from a national scenic river. So there's one of several creeks here that run into this river. Be a good water source as long as you can treat it. Upstream we've got a lot of cattle and horses. This is a Middle Fork River, National Scenic River. Across the river is a archaeological site of a large Indian camp several thousand years ago. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. It didn't go into a lot of great detail. Just to give you a little idea and discussion about East Central Illinois and what to expect out into the bush.